Welcome to Ethiopia, a land of contrast. Ethiopia is located in the Horn of Africa. It contains 425,096 square miles with a population of 81 million. Only about 5% of the population are Protestant Christians. The capital is Addis Ababa with a population of about 4.5 million people. From the air, you can see Ethiopia is a rugged land. Modern construction becomes apparent as you approach for a landing at the new Bole International Airport in Addis. This ultra-modern airport certainly doesn't reflect the fact Ethiopia is the second poorest country in the world with an average income of $330 US per year. When you roam the streets of Addis, you will see a multitude of modern buildings constructed in the last 10 years. There's an amazing amount of new construction in progress. I doubt if any city in the U.S. has as much new construction as there is in Addis. Most of this construction is being financed by China. There is very little American influence or companies in Ethiopia. The major U.S. companies are Coke and Pepsi. There were also DHL and UPS package delivery companies, Western Union, and several international hotel chains. Another fact emerges as you explore Addis. There is a tremendous amount of poverty just below the surface. When you visit the old market area in Addis, you will see how things have been done here for centuries. Modern trucks and cars mix with pedestrians and an occasional donkey cart on most streets throughout the city. Small hole-in-the-wall shops line most sidewalks and some spill out onto the sidewalk. There are no big box stores anywhere in Ethiopia. Many are just micro businesses selling products from curbside locations with the goal of making enough to live on. Badarhar is located about 200 miles northwest of Addis on beautiful Lake Tana. It has a population of about 450,000 and is the capital of the Amhara district. This is the equivalent of a state in the U.S. Badarhar is like the rest of Ethiopia. There are an amazing number of new buildings either recently constructed or under construction. Many of the new buildings are either for expansion of their educational system, government establishments, or intended to be luxurious hotels. You will see the thin veneer of prosperity in this town. There are a nice wide tree-lined main street. The wide sidewalks are lined with small shops and street vendors. These assets combine towards their goal of developing a large tourism industry. Once you leave the main streets, however, poverty and neglect quickly become evident. The old market area contains a fascinating mix of products, people, animals, and clothing. There are many small businesses run by several people or a family out of a storefront. Others just grab a spot on the ground to sell their product. Farmers bring in their fresh produce to sell and then buy what they need. Once you leave the main streets of Badarhar for our orphanage in Tisi Abat, the road turns into a 2-lane dirt road. When you venture out from any city, you instantly become aware of the poverty as the roads turn to dirt. The people migrated to the cities in hope of finding a better life than the rugged survival existence of a country dweller. Farming is still cow-powered and harvesting is done by hand. Although water is available, there is almost no irrigation. Ethiopia is one of the largest producers of cattle in Africa. About 80% of the people are involved in survival agriculture. Tisi Abat is a village of around 5,000. Again, you see a mix of pedestrians, donkey carts, a bus, and a few other vehicles. There's a wide variety of merchants selling along a wide dirt main street. Most businesses are located in front of their home or as a part of their home. There's a wide array of clothing being worn, ranging from local tribal clothing to modern European styles. This is true throughout all of Ethiopia. This rocky road leads to our orphanage. At present, we have 8 young ladies living here with their house mother. A blue tarp covers the dirt floor of this cow-dung plastered home. They do have electricity and the rare luxury of a satellite TV. We brought over 2 laptop computers. The only other 2 computers in this village are in the mayor's office for official use. A second family lives on the other side of the woven divider. Together, the 2 units provide a safe, secure compound, completely surrounded by a high rock wall. 80% of Ethiopians live in the rural areas with very little hope of improving their future. Those living in the city do have access to education and a brighter future. Our vision at New Hope Outreach Ministries International goes beyond just helping orphans. God has called us to be a refuge for the child trafficking problem that is so overwhelming in Badahar and Ethiopia. God has called us to work with the abused widow, children, and child brides. Girls as young as 7 years old are forced to marry. We need to provide a shelter for those that have escaped the slavery of abusive men. God wants us to be a lighthouse in a city that is running rampant in the darkness of sin, with 25% of the population testing positive for HIV. Won't you help them? For more information on New Hope, go to www.newhopeoutreach.org.